This video will introduce the background and timeline of the event, benefits and drawbacks, hospitality implications, and recommendations.
Imagine a world where everything you say or do will be scored. But why?
The Chinese government argues that the social credit system will be a way to increase trust and accountability within Chinese society, to make trustworthy people benefit everywhere and untrustworthy people restricted everywhere.
This is done by partnering with tech companies which provide big data, the installation of 2 million surveillance cameras nationwide, and appointing individuals as information collectors. The government are able to score citizens based on their online activities, behaviors, and actions. As an easier way to understand, this system can be compared to existing tech companies like Uber. This ride-sharing company uses archived data from ride histories and analyzes the current supply and demand of cars to benchmark the pricing of rides. They also incorporate a scoring system to assess the trustworthiness of the service provided. The Chinese government will use the system to score citizens. They will have unprecedented access to even more data through the collaboration with tech companies like Uber, Alibaba, and more.
But how did this system came about? According to Hayes, in 1978, China moved into what we call a market economy. This provided the incentive for people to borrow and spend more money. Businesses started to do well with the added fund, and the economy started to flourish. Due to the rapid change in economy and the size of the country, the government revealed an 86% listing of fraudulent activities in relation to business, which then leads to the creation of what we call the financial credit system in 2003.
The system was created for the banking and finance sector. It is used to establish and analyze the creditworthiness of people when taking loans. This system evaluates different criteria such as past loan repayments, criminal records, and more. It is also used in other countries such as America, Canada, Singapore, amongst others. Although this lowered risk of fraud, the system was not enough. China startled the world when it introduced the social credit system in 2014. It is similar to the financial credit, however covering a much wider social aspect. This system is meant to be released late 2020 nationwide.
As of now, 42 cities are undergoing the pilot program run by the government. Each province have different scoring criteria and regulation. Despite this, a person can increase their credit score by donating money, recycling trash, praising the government on social platforms, and taking care of the elderly and disabled.
On the other hand, if you are speeding, missing out on a reservation, hold a religion that is not native to the host country, or being friends with people with a lower credit score, you may see yours plummeting. On top of giving people scores, the Chinese government has created what they call a blacklist and red list to categorize people to a trustworthy or untrustworthy level. Red list citizens are exemplary citizens who are deemed trustworthy by the government and have added benefits, for example, free bike rentals, access to private schools, and landing good jobs. Blacklist individuals, on the other hand, are the people that society or whom the government deems untrustworthy. Citizens in blacklist are banned from traveling, getting loans, good education, and even worse. In some provinces like Shandong, blacklist individuals have their names and addresses posted on billboards across the city.
这个他进院喝酒回家，我老婆俩打架，我老婆都打塞了。谁要是你夫妻打架，因为这造成影响也不好，我们也挺媳妇儿。他最后来找我呀，学呀，哎呀，就是俺多少个打架了，然后就写上，因为都要爱面子。你给他写就行，你写好，学你好，哎，你肯定是信了，是脸上有你很光彩。你写的不好，他信了，他脸上也不光彩，人还有子女啊。
The social credit system of China is part of Chinese blueprint. By implementing this system, China will establish a nationwide scheme to track the trustworthiness of everyday citizens, corporations, and government officials. The vision of the Chinese leadership is to boost public confidence and fight problems like corruption and business fraud, also to encourage individuals, business organizations, and institutions to conduct a better performance in today's society. There are many benefits by implementing this social credit system. Individuals who behave in an honest and trustworthy way will gain access to better social privileges. They will have good reputations in society. The business organizations are expected to have good employees which follow the regulations of the social credit system. This leads to a stable development within the market. With this system, governments will also be incentivized to be more transparent, and society will be more fair, just, and safe.
Government created this system to enhance market efficiency and construct a more competent society. However, is this really the case? This system is a violation of human rights. Chinese citizens are scrutinized through cameras, facial recognition systems, and online monitoring tools that capture their every move. This violates the rights of reputation, privacy, and personal data infringement. It also disturbs the distribution of information and monopolizes the market. The government needs data, and collection of mass data is accessible only through collaborating with tech companies. This creates a barrier of entry for smaller competitive companies, as citizens will receive significant benefit and discounts from the brand collaborating with the government, whilst for normal brands the benefits are inferior. This directly affects the principle of a free market economy. Lack of transparency of the government is also seen as a problem. With this social credit system, the methodology of the scoring system is never disclosed. What are the criteria for having a higher or lower score? Who is the one judging if you are right or wrong? How much information is disclosed to the public? Will you know? Or is the government concealing the information or practicing misinformation?
Zhang keeps track of his social score closely, but he doesn't keep track of where his donations end up.
这个具体给谁完了钱？你问他，具体得问他，我也不知道。
The system also intensifies social discrimination. When the system was first launched as a pilot program in Zhejiang province, within a month, people distanced themselves from each other in the hopes that they do not lower their credit scores by interacting with someone else that has a lower score. This causes further social differentiation and disharmony.
Good afternoon.
Hello, I would like to check in, please.
Sure. Welcome to the Swiss Hotel. Yes, sir. Can I have your ID card, please?
Sure.
Thank you. And your last name will be?
Sin.
Sin.
Nicholas Sin.
There we go. Alrighty, Mr. Sim. Also allow me to check your social credit score, please.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Oh no. Mr. Slim, according to the system, you have only 850 credits in your...
How can that be? This morning when I checked, it was 1,200.
Yeah, unfortunately, if you don't have over 1,000, I cannot assist you to check in.
That's crazy.
Absolutely.
It was so pretty. Okay. Oh my god. Public decency. Respect. Thank you.
If you don't have over 1,000, I cannot assist you to check in.
That's crazy.
Absolutely.
Situations like this are definitely negative for travelers. However, it also has further impacts on the industry itself. The root negative effect is essentially the concept of blacklisting and low credit score. A recent statistics conducted by Hinsdale shows that approximately 15 million people have travel constraints, which has a direct effect. Travel bans are imposed on people who fit in this criteria, and this entails commuting by airplane, train, or boat.
Limit of hotel stays and prohibition to purchase first-class ticket are also a limitation set in this credit system. This is where the problem lies, because hotels and airlines want to sell as many rooms and plane tickets as possible. If people are banned, it is not because they have a personal stake in doing so, but it is because of the credit system that marks them as dangerous.
This is Rosa, reporting in from Heilongjiang province. So on top of a social credit system that is implemented on individuals, the Chinese government is also implementing a corporate rating system. And this corporate rating system will directly affect the travel agencies and hotels. It works almost as a TripAdvisor page, but instead of being scored by the public, it is now scored by the government. As the social credit system and corporate rating system has not been rolled out yet, the information and consequences in regards to hotels with lower credit score are still unreliable. Therefore, it is very difficult to forecast the outcome.
On the other hand, this credit score also proves beneficial. If the companies have a high or low score, they are still incentivized to maintain that score or increase it by innovating new ideas and changing what is necessary. To eliminate the drawbacks and loopholes in the social credit system, there are two main objective recommendations. The Chinese government should disclose an inclusive and comprehensive information of the scoring criteria. By introducing clear guidelines, unified standards can be established to avoid jurisdictional malpractice of the local governors. This will increase the overall reputation and credibility of the Chinese government and the system itself.
In the long term, incorporating education and training to Chinese society is the most vital solution in building a real, sincere, and trustworthy society. Due to the majority of citizens' misconducts, 86% of frauds and scams were accumulated in 2017. Citizens are willing to adopt the system due to fear of being punished. However, by educating people with the purpose of cultivating the correct mindset, this will effectively encourage the populace to willingly abide and enhance social conduct. The launch of China's social credit system will become a change that is the first of its kind. This program will be monitoring behaviors and actions of more than 1.4 billion people, making it the largest social monitoring system worldwide. However, it is impossible to conclude the full extent of the impact on social credit to Chinese citizens, simply because the system only exists in fragments with its 42 piloted programs.
This system is widely known as a scene out of the dystopian novel. Although there are many negative effects to the human rights, social discrimination, and others, if properly implemented, this system could potentially lead China towards a new social and economic age, while solving the lack of trust issues in their society.